Hey there, super excited to share with you guys the latest and greatest of Usborne and Kane Miller nonfiction and board books. I'm going to start with the nonfiction. If you guys know Usborne books at all, you already know that they are the master at children's nonfiction. From infant through the teenage years, they know exactly how to offer up awesome information for kids to constantly be learning. And often kids have no idea that they're learning. They're just enjoying a great book. So some of the latest and greatest. Perhaps you've seen some of our Wipe Clean activity activity books. We have many, a couple dozen now. And we do have the ABC and 1, 2, 3 Wipe Clean book. But now we have it in one. The Get Ready for School, ABC and 1, 2, 3. There are many pages in here, and it goes through the alphabet, and it goes through not only the tracing the uppercase and lowercase, but also tracing around different shapes and different movements that are going to be similar to writing with those letters. Really great way to keep them busy and learning. Okay, another super fun way of learning is through our See Inside books. So we have Lift the Flap books for very young called Peek Inside. And then we have our Look Inside books, and then our See Inside books, which are like this. And you get a little bit of a greater, kind of a higher level text and concepts in those ones. Well, our two newest in the Look Inside series is Mummies and Pyramids and Look Inside Castles. Oh my goodness. So much great information, like you will totally learn from it. The other night, my daughter and I were reading about pyramids and tombs and just how pyramids came to be. And there's just so many flaps on the pages to really give them an inside view of something that they wouldn't normally get to see. Here they are carrying the tomb up the pyramid. This is how they used to do it. And building the pyramid and different things that can happen. And then my daughter was sitting there reading about making a mummy. She was like, oh, they remove their brains. Yep. And then she talked, or it has down here different organs and all that gross stuff that kids love. But the Lift the Flap books are an amazing way for kids to learn. They're going to be fully engaged and entertained and learn a lot. Okay, so really cool new art book is art book about color. It's just a really fascinating book to have around. It really goes through the history of color and ties in some famous pieces of art with that. This page talks about the meaning of different colors and just the entire color wheel and how that came to be. Really interesting information. I am not an artist, but I sat and was really enjoying the information in that book. Speaking of color, I love our Usborne coloring books. They are the ultimate. I highly recommend getting some for yourself. In fact, on my desk is my pattern doodles to color. I have many coloring books for myself. Here is one of our newest Mexican patterns to color. We also have Celtic, but I think my daughter has it. And the reason why I'm showing this with learning is because there's all this cultural information in this awesome coloring book talking about holy temples, and then they can color it. Bright cloth, highly patterned rugs and blankets brighten up the interiors of village houses, and then they can color those. So Usborne just can't resist children learning while being entertained. Finally, one of our latest and greatest in our Discovery Adventure series is Survival. Oh my goodness, this book is so good. And what I want to say is it's not just for boys. I was thoroughly enjoying sitting there reading about it. There's actually some real life situations that they talk about. I love how they put in kind of the graphic novel feel, kind of the comic style that appeals to reluctant readers. And there's great survival tips in here and examples of different survivals and just some really cool and fun information. So moving on to the babies, because that's when they really start learning through books, we have an awesome new set of black and white books. I wish you could feel these. They're squishy and really quite lightweight, but the black and white contrast is so good. Little ones absolutely love faces, and this points out the different features on a face. And then there's animals and babies and things that go, I can't find it. But it comes as a collection. Awesome baby shower gift. Okay, so maybe some of you are familiar with our That's Not My books. We have at least 30 in this series now, and this is one of our latest and greatest. That's Not My Goat. Its ears are too soft. So it's the little mouse there talking, and on every page, he's looking for his goat. That's not my goat. Its nose is too rough. Gives them a great descriptive word to go with what they're textilely experiencing. And cute illustrations and great contrast. Here, its horns are too smooth. They're not afraid to introduce great vocabulary for little ones. And in the end, he finds his goat, so he celebrates, that's my goat. Its beard is so fluffy. Quality touchy-feely books are actually really hard to find now. This is probably the top-selling touchy-feely board books, I think, in the industry. Amazing. Like I said, there's like 30 in that. Okay. Muddle and Match. So this is the boy version, as in there's a boy character, and then we have another one, Muddle and Match. That's a girl one. So much fun. You're about to fall in love. This is a board book loaded with alliteration. Pete the plucky pirate pleads with Percy, his peculiar parrot, to prepare to paddle the Pacific. So each page, though, is divided in 3. So kids can have so much fun mixing up the different pages, talking about maybe, like here Rocky the Reckless Racer enters the edge of the Everglades to save the world from suspicious spaceships. So it doesn't really make any sense, but they will have lots and lots of giggles, or they will just fully enjoy reading the actual little description that goes with that character. Amazing book. Okay, and finally, we have a new series, 1000 something. So here's 1000 Things That Go. Oh, goodness. If you've got a little guy or girl that loves cars or trucks or airplanes or machines, they are going to just go crazy over this book. Absolutely amazing, and such a large age range. And it's going to be really great in building their vocabulary. And then we also have 1000 Animals. Same thing. If you have an animal lover, oh my goodness, they're absolutely going to love this. And I promise they're going to learn about some new animals that they've never heard of. Hope you enjoyed those. Happy reading.